Hey, guess what? It's another video, and it's consecutive. I just saw Frank today. I just came back from watching Frank. And let me just say, that was a bloody good movie. I'm maybe a little bit biased due to my aforementioned crush on Michael Fassbender. But in my defense, I barely see him through the whole movie because he is wearing a giant paper mache mask. And he looks super cute in it. Don't judge me. I have to say the movie did turn out to be a lot darker than I expected. I had a feeling that it would be a dark comedy based on all the interviews I stalked of Michael Fassbender. I'm sorry if I'm creeping you out. I have issues. Don't judge me again. But yeah, he did mention that the movie was about mental health. At the end of the day, that is the core of the story. So it definitely took a dark turn, but it was very, very well made and the script was excellent. So as you can see, a little more dressed up than usual because I actually decided to look presentable today. My best friend and I, we went to the Toronto Film School Film Festival. That took me a second. And the movie's shorts. The shorts were really, really good. Some of them were a little wordy. The script was a little wordy, but I mean, A for effort. I don't think I could ever make anything like that, so who am I to criticize it? On my day today, on my excursion, I was talking to my best friend about childhood and how our personalities kind of change. You know when you're on public transit and there are people, strangers, staring at you as they inevitably do? When I was in grade 2, so maybe I was 7 years old, I was trying to figure out this magic trick. My uncle, he would show us this thing where he would separate his thumb and join it back together, and it would totally blow my mind. And I was 7 or 6 and a super gullible child. I was 7 years old on the subway with my family. I'm sitting there and I'm trying this out, and I had just figured it out, like, oh my god, I know how to separate my thumbs and put it back together. And I realized it was a trick, and I was so elated by this, and I was just playing with my fingers. And then there was this guy sitting across me. He must have been, I don't know, if I was 7, this guy was probably like 18 or 19, maybe older. He's just sitting there staring at me, and I looked at him and I was like, what? Imagine a little grade 2 kid doing that. And then the guy's just like totally awkwarded out. I tend to have that effect on people. I think it started at a young age. I was a really bold child. I don't know where that boldness went. It kind of shriveled up and died. When I was probably, I think I was in kindergarten. So I was a pretty bad kid when I was young and free and had independence. So this was in India. We were probably, I think I was in kindergarten 1 or 2. The teacher had just left the room for like 15 minutes, and we used to all wear uniforms, these like button down white shirts, and I thought it would be a great idea if we all popped our collars and stood up on the chairs and on the desks and started dancing and basically running around and causing a riot. I thought that would be awesome, until the teacher walked in. And this was the funny thing. As soon as I saw the teacher, even from the edge of the door, I just went to my seat, tidied myself up, and sat there like a little princess while everyone else got in trouble. Yeah, it was a total bitch move, but I was a kid and didn't know better. In another school, so it's a little bit older then, so was I? Okay, so if that story was in kindergarten 1, this was probably kindergarten 2. I was such a liar. Maybe, should I be saying this on the internet? I told my friends that I had this magic eraser at home that could erase people. Yeah, well, I guess. And I was like, hey, see that girl? I bet you don't like her. Well, I have this eraser which could do the job and get rid of her. Oh gosh, this is... I was a strange kid. Yeah. Did you need to know that about me? I am 95% sure I'm not as psycho as I was then. Okay, I think that's enough for now.